This is the house we're staying at? That looks pretty nice.
We are the Crawfords. We have 6 kids and are hiking the Appalachian Trail, a 2,200-mile hike from Georgia to Maine. We don't know if we can finish it, but we are doing it together.
Good morning. This is where we slept last night, in this shelter here. There you go, you can kind of see it. It was completely empty, which was great because we got in 21 miles yesterday, which means we got in here at like 10 o'clock at night. And this is a unique shelter situation because there's actually 2 shelters here. The kids are over here. It's raining a little bit. I think it's mostly like the fog gathering on the trees. But this shelter was empty too. So we're sitting here, just staying dry, having some breakfast. What are you eating?
Breakfast.
Breakfast, yeah, it's a protein bar. They're pretty gross.
No.
No? You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a candy bar, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lots to fill you in on from over the weekend. We crossed from Maryland. Did that happen?
We crossed from West Virginia to Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And then from Maryland to Pennsylvania yesterday. We're in Pennsylvania right now.
Which means we crossed the Mason-Dixon line.
Which, being in Pennsylvania, feels like a huge milestone to me because I always heard of people talking about Pennsylvania, and it always seems so far off.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
And there's this thing that people do. It's called like the 4-state challenge, where they try and do 4 states in one day, which is like 43 miles. So I think that's Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and then Pennsylvania. And we didn't do that because there's a bunch of us and we have small kids. It was like the 4-state, 4-day challenge for us.
We did the 21-mile challenge yesterday.
What? How many miles again?
Yeah.
Today, I'm glad you asked, Rainier. Today we are doing 13.1 miles. Okay, since it is Monday and we're about halfway, I'm gonna try and do something that we're actually like usually pretty terrible at, which is welcoming you new people. And to do that, I'm gonna introduce you to the family, and then we'll talk about like why we do this channel or something like that.
I'm Dove and I'm 17.
I'm Eden and I'm 15.
I'm 7 and I'm 13.
I'm Memory and I'm 11.
My name is Filia and I'm 7. I'm 2.
You're 2?
Yeah.
Hey, what's your name? Rainier.
And I'm Cammie.
And I am Ben. And we are married. These are all of our kids. And we started hiking the Appalachian Trail about 11 weeks ago. So it's this 2,000-mile trail for those of you that don't know. And we're almost halfway through, like in terms of mileage. And the reason why we started this trail was because we believed that this was going to be one of the best things we could ever do for our family to become closer together. Now, one of the things I get a little bit concerned about for people that watch this channel is I see in the comment section all the time people say like, oh, your family is so amazing, your family is so cool, can you adopt me? Well, we appreciate the compliment and it's very nice. We don't do this channel because we want to show you how awesome our family is. In fact, we believe that every family is awesome. Like, family itself is just super cool, and it's like the one thing that every single person has in common is everyone has a family. So we are showing you guys just like one picture of what's possible for family, but it might not be possible for every family, and that's okay. Like, families are all different, and we come from a background where, you know, we are familiar with the outdoors and familiar with doing hard things. So this is what our family's choosing to do. But for your family, it might be something totally different. So what our hope is that as you watch our channel, not that you're like blown away by our family and like sit back in your armchair and you're like, oh, I wish I was them, but actually that you take a look at your family and you're like, man, what awesome things could I be accomplishing with my spouse or parents or children or brothers and sisters.
What are you passionate about, and what can you bring your family along with you to do together?
That's who we are, that's what we do. Our break is over. We've been here for 15 minutes, which is 10 minutes longer than we're supposed to. So it's time to all right, just finishing up a break. Hey, Rainier, who's carrying you now?
He didn't carry me.
He didn't carry you? All right. 97 pounds of pure muscle. What do you want?
I want a GoPro.
You want the GoPro?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi. Hi. Yeah, eat cookie. Eat at home. Eat burgers. Yeah, eat burgers and milk. Yeah. Yes, Mama.
You all done with it?
Yeah.
Okay, good job.
While we were eating lunch, I've asked some of the kids if they would share what it's been like for them dealing with homesickness, because I think maybe because we're crossing the halfway point or something, but a number of kids have had some difficulty the last 2 or 3 days, and just something we're dealing with now as a group.
I get homesick what feels like a lot, but I feel like I know how to deal with it more now. It's just hard. I miss Humney and Papa a lot. I miss our town, our neighbors. Going through these little towns on the Appalachian Trail makes me miss it even more, because I feel like we're so thankful, or we're so fortunate, because I don't know, Bellevue seems really awesome. It just feels like surreal sometimes being out here, like, did we, like, that we had a life back home. I mean, that's kind of dramatic, but sometimes it's like really hard to imagine what life was like back home. A few days ago, I was having a really hard time and I was feeling really homesick. We were in Washington, D.C., and it just reminded me of when we went to Washington, D.C. a few years ago and leaving our house, and just reminded me a lot of our home. And I've just been missing our grandma and grandpa and just a lot of people that we just usually see every day, and it's just really hard not to be able to talk to them a lot. Lately, I've been thinking about Leia a lot. I got some messages from the people who are taking care of her. I really wish I could see her now, but actually, after being on the trail, and I'm really glad that we didn't bring her, because I think it would be hard for her and harder for me if we had brought her. But I still really miss her, and I hope that when we're done, I can see her again. I really miss home. I miss my grandma and grandpa a lot. I hope we see them soon. And my aunt and uncle.
My dad said that Eden is in charge, or gets to decide whether we have the chips and cheese sauce nachos, and originally she said no, I don't really know why, but we wore her down and we won.
Hey, Dove. Hey, Dove.
You lose.
Hey, Dove.
This is what our lunchtime looks like today. And taking a nap. Got about 5 more minutes and then we gotta hit the road.
So we just had this really cool thing happen. We came across this guy named Jim Tabor, and he just like hands us this spoon. And he says he made it. It took him 2 hours. It's made out of cherry wood. The back says Pennsylvania with the AT sign. Those are his initials, JT, and the date. And he says he like carves these by hand himself and gives them to hikers. Cammy got a bonus one that he made today.
Just says spoon. I like it.
So he says he's been out here for years handing these spoons out to hikers, and we haven't bought any souvenirs and had no plans to. But this is something I'll carry and take home with us. Show it to the kids. He said he's on the internet and stuff. So in the comments, I'll try and put some links, or maybe in the description. We're getting messed up kind of out here. Let me see these bug bites. Filia's got some
Look at her elbow.
bad ones there. See, oh geez, look at those. And then we also have like poison ivy. Let's see your poison ivy.
I got really bad poison ivy there.
That's there.
Under
there.
my knee there. And all on my arm.
Oh, look at those rashes there.
This is mine.
Oh, you got poison ivy too.
I don't know what.
Yeah, I really notice it. Like when I stop walking at night, then everything starts itching. As long as we stay walking, it doesn't hurt as much because there's other pain.
Same.
Speaking of, we gotta go. Let's go.
We just ran into Stan the Man Hikes. We didn't just run into him. He came to pick us up. And it's this really cool thing. He's been, I think, watching and commenting on our channel for a good 6, maybe plus months, even before we started the trail. And it's so cool to finally meet him in person. His sister lives right near the trail in Pennsylvania. He asked her and she offered to host us. So they all met us here on the trail and they're super friendly, and I'm really looking forward to talking with them and just having a night off of the trail.
Rainier, we are here. Let me just pull you out of this very nice car. And this is the house we're staying at? That looks pretty nice. Did you see the deviled eggs?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, so plates,
You know Christians make the best deviled eggs, you know that, right?
deviled eggs, potato salad, and different things you can put on the hamburgers.
We just finished burgers, deviled eggs, homemade ice cream, brownies, baked beans,
Coffee with whipped bean cream. I mean,
a bunch of fresh fruit, and this is the main guy we got to thank. Stan, the man, hikes. All right, Stan.
It's been our pleasure, believe me. I'm just so happy to have you guys here and that my sister's hosting this, and that just get a chance to know you guys a little bit better. And I've just been so impressed with your hike and your life, your commitment to one another, to do it together. I think that that's really amazing what you guys are doing, how you're doing this together as a family and working together. It says a lot for family life. It really does. So that's what it's like from my perspective.
All right. So you got some plans to hike yourself, huh?
That I do. In 4 years when I retire, I'm going to get out there and do the whole thing. I'm doing sections now, and New York, New Jersey, and I'm just finishing up with PA. From there, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might hit Maryland. I might get Connecticut, Massachusetts, who knows. But then I don't want to finish the whole trail before I actually through hike. Yeah. And it gets expensive to travel to all these places and do sections. But 4 years, and that's it. I've got the countdown going now.
Wow. And Stan already has plans to vlog it.
I do.
But we can't plug your vlog yet because it doesn't exist.
No, I do have one vlog out there.
You do? All right.
My daughter did it for me. And she thinks that by showing me one time in a 10-minute period that I should know now how to vlog. And edit. Because she told me that. She said, Dad, I showed you once. You should know how to do it. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way for a 60-year-old guy.
All right, so where can they watch it?
On Stan the Man Hikes.
And all this was on Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day. We're like sitting here.
I know.
On the lawn, like with our feet up.
Acting like normal people for once.
This was incredible evening way for us to spend it.
We have to go out and resupply.
That's true. We were trying to forget about that and enjoy our coffee, but Stan is bringing us back to reality.
Yep.
All right. Well, whoa. He's like, uh-oh. All right. We will see you guys out on the trail tomorrow.